Hey there, my Tyler Perry fans. It's your girl Barbie J here with another episode of Sistas, Season 5, Episode 7, Ego Trip. And honey, there was a lot of egos up in there tripping. Okay, from the Karen's apartment to the bar with Hayden and Gary to Danny's house to Maurice's house with Q. I mean, the egos was tripping. I'm telling y'all. So let's get right on into it. So it starts off with Fatima. She's showing up to Karen's apartment, and Miss Lisa tells her she's pretty. And I start laughing. I said Karen probably was rolling her eyes all up in her head because she did a lot of that the whole time. And so Karen was being rude to Fatima from the moment she walked through the door. And I was so disappointed that Miss Lisa didn't check her child on that attitude of hers. And I was disappointed that nobody checked Karen on that lace front wig. I'm getting sick of looking at it every episode. Do y'all see? You can see like the glue or something that's around the edges. It don't even look right, and I don't even wear lace front wigs, but I know when it don't look right. So Zach said, I thought you wasn't coming. And Fatima said I wasn't. And Karen turns around and goes, then why did you? I said, here we go again. Here we go. But before Fatima could respond, Zach was holding her saying, He's shaking his head going, And Fatima said, I thought it was a good idea. So Miss Lisa said, I did too. I do too. So she sits and says to Zach, you not going to kiss me? And Zach said, of course. And he kissed her, and Karen rolled her eyes so far back up in her head, I was dying. I was like, and even up Aaron was smiling and stuff. But poor Karen was so mad. I was like, that was a good one, Fatima, good. So then Miss Lisa asked, Fatima if she had any kids, and Karen answered, no. She wasn't talking to you, girl. She talking to Fatima. You got company. Know how to act when you got company at your house. So, and Fatima said, not yet. So then Miss Lisa explains to Fatima how she feels about Karen and why she suggested that what they were doing. So Fatima agreed it would be a good idea and then asked, do we all get to say something or just Karen? So and Miss Lisa said, no, not right now. Zach said it's always about Karen. But then Karen said, no, Mama, I want to hear what she has to say. And Miss Lisa's like, no, you go. And Karen's like, I don't think I could do this now. And Lisa said, you can and you will. So as she had her she had her arm around her, holding her, she got her back. What's the problem? So Karen had a stank face looking at Fatima and not nice at all, wanting to start some mess. Then Karen is being so nasty, reading her letter, saying nothing nice about Zach, saying that everything that was supposed to be beautiful, he has ruined for her. And Zach is getting upset, and I don't blame him. And he's wanting to leave, and Fatima keeps talking him down and asking him to just listen. So if y'all notice, look at Aaron. Aaron is looking at Karen as she read the letter, and I was wondering what was going through his mind because he was rubbing his head. He was like, damn, girl. That's what it looked like on his face to me. So Karen said how she kept trying to hold him down until he got better or did better, but he never did because he never wanted to. And you knew that. She knew that wasn't true. That wasn't true. So then Zach went off and I felt his pain because she didn't mention anything good about him. Yet she admits that she still wants him and she wants the baby to be his because I know this baby is yours and I just want it and I want it to be, but I don't think I could be, with you all this time. I was like, what is she saying? I'm like, why are you saying this? Why do you want the baby to be his if he's nothing nice? Nothing's good about him. How do you love somebody that's nothing good about him and he makes everything beautiful ugly? It's like it made no sense. So that's why her mama knew that she was full of crap. So when Karen is saying this stuff, she's smirking. She's smirking as Zach gets upset. So he asks, when Fatima told him, look, just calm down. Calm down, like I'm right here. And he asked, do you want me to listen or do you just want to hear? And she said, can we do both? I said, okay, Fatima. But Karen had that smirk on her face. So Karen mentions that the baby might be his, but she didn't say it in Aaron's letter. If y'all notice, she never mentioned no baby in Aaron's letter. So it seems Karen didn't read all that she wrote, about Zach because she had balled up the paper and threw it down saying that's all she wanted. And she tells her mama that she didn't feel better after doing that exercise. And Miss Lisa said, you will. It'll take, what did she say? Like, it'll take some time. But I feel the reason that she don't feel a little bit better, don't feel no better after doing that exercise is because her behind was lying about her feelings. Plus, she was out of blood. She was out for blood, and she wanted Zach. She wanted to hurt Zach. And then when Fatima was there by his side, she was really being super stanky with her tone and as she read it. So then Miss Lisa asked all of them if they had something to say. Zach said, no, I ain't got nothing to say, because he was trying to get up out of there. Like, why am I here? What is this for? And all this stuff. But, I don't know why they kept having Zach do that instead of just sitting there and listen. But, of course, Aaron has something noble to say, and then he and Zach got into a little spat because he's acting like, I'll show you how a real man, a stable relationship is. And Zach is like, dude, are you for real? Didn't your ex-wife off herself in front of Karen in her salon, and they all jumping on him, Karen and Aaron is like, no, like, don't say that. And I was like, But Fatima's like, don't do that. Don't do that. Chill, Zach. So Zach asked Miss Lisa, can he leave? And she was like, fine. But Fatima told him no, because she had something to say. And he's like, no, babe, let's go. And she's like, no, I need something. I have something I need to say. Karen's like, oh my God, and rolled her eyes up in her head and stuff. And Miss Lisa said, okay, Fatima, go ahead. And I was in my house hollering as Fatima addressed Karen. Respectfully, I was hollering. And she's mentioning if the baby is Zach's, she'll never harm the child. Karen's rolling her eyes again. She said, I know you still love Zach, but you two are over, baby. And I need to be sure that you understand that. And Miss Lisa looked at her child and said, well, do you understand? Yeah, I said I did. I said, no, you didn't. You never said it, girl. You never said it. You did all of that reading of that letter, which wasn't what you was feeling, is what you was mad about. That's all you wrote that letter out of anger. So anyway, so she got mad because Fatima was letting Miss Lisa know what her child has been doing, calling her out of her name and showing up to the house, waiting around for Zach and unannounced visits. And then Fatima broke it down about the word biatch and it's a call to war. And she was like, and if she hear it again, and Zach held her back, said, So Miss Lisa told her child that she was wrong and needs to apologize. And Karen was like, whose side are you on anyway, Mama? And she said, I'm on the side of right. I thought you knew that about me. And Karen got up and said she ain't doing this because Miss Lisa told her to apologize. And she said she ain't doing this and told them all to get out of her house. Get out. She was like, get out. But then Fatima provided Miss Lisa with a formula that might help them figure out who the baby daddy is, and Miss Lisa lets her know that Karen already had the ultrasound, but the dates were too close, Aaron said. So they don't know who the daddy is because it was in the same week. And I liked how Fatima said goodbye to Miss Lisa. She was nice. She said nice things. And that she said how Karen is lucky to have her as a mother. And I was like, see, very respectful. So then we got Hayden and Gary at the bar drinking and talking. Hayden is lying about Fatima being all over him. And Gary's clearly lets him know that he doesn't believe him. He has a hard time believing it, period. Then they started talking about Robin and his company. Then Hayden is trying to insinuate that Andy is with Robin right now. And Gary says, no, Andy is home waiting for him to call. So then they make a bet with the shares from their business or something like that she will answer or won't answer. And of course, Gary wins. And Hayden tells him that Andy is playing him. And Gary said, well, I guess I'll be the one playing with her tonight. It's like, wow, Hayden is a hater. Hayden. That's what they need to call him. Then we got Calvin. He comes home and Q has a house full of guests. Oh my God, they're in there stealing everything in the house. They done ate up all the food in the fridge. And Q is sitting at the table getting high, sniffing coke, smoking weed. So Q broke into Calvin's room and sold his dead father's golf clubs for $75. And Calvin was like, they was worth $1,000. He was pissed. And Q was like, well, I left you one club. I said, you should have taken that one club and bust him upside his damn head. I'm like, what is wrong with him? You trying to live somewhere for free and you letting people take everything out of it. It makes no sense. So he told Calvin that he smoked up the golf clubs and the TV set because the TV was going out the living room as well. So Calvin kept telling Q, he gotta go. He gotta go. And he said, I'm calling the police. And Q reminded Calvin that he can't do nothing and put him out because his name ain't on the lease. And Calvin was so mad and pissed. I was like, honey, I wouldn't have never left that house alone with him in it. Anyway, then we got Fatima and Zach. They in the bed talking about Karen, and Zach asked, why did she come? And she said she was talked into it by her cuz. And he's like, oh, your thug cousin? He said, okay, your gangster cousin, I think he called her. So he asked Fatima, does she believe what Karen said? And she said yes. So he was like, so now you think I ain't shit too? And Fatima said, no, Zach, baby, I know you're the shits. I said, okay, baby, that's how you tell him, Fatima, he's the shits. And she said, I don't waste my time on losers. She believes he was challenging. Because he asked, what did she believe? She said, I believe you were challenging and that you cheated and that she paid for everything. And he said, no, I paid her that money back. And Fatima told him that Karen was not giving him all of that money and helping him out to be paid back. She was investing in him on a much larger return. And she said, the one that I'm getting right now. So Zach didn't really understand, but I really love the analogy that Fatima used about chain breakers and a slot machine to help Zach understand what Karen is going through. And of course, Fatima, she said that she gets her and understands her and hopes that she heard her. Fatima always understands Karen's plight and how Karen is feeling for some reason. Anyway, we got Miss Lisa and Karen. She's telling Karen that getting it all out of her is the first step for her healing. It opens her up to get all the bad things out to make space for the good things to come in. So Karen admits to her mother that she don't like seeing Fatima, and Lisa says, you're right about her though. She seems really cool. And Karen said, I know, and it makes me want to hate her even more. So I'm like, and they're laughing about it and chuckling, but I don't think that's funny to be that way, to have that type of spirit. You carrying a baby, you don't need to be having all that negative thought and feelings for people who did nothing to you while you carrying a child, So then Miss Lisa asked that Fatima was right about that biatch stuff. She adds that she was right about that biatch stuff. And Karen said, I know. Then Miss Lisa tells her that the accountant really loves her and he seems too good to be true. And she wonders what Aaron is hiding. I said, aren't we all wondering? Aren't we all wondering what the heck Aaron is hiding? Then Miss Lisa reminds Karen that she must stay in bed. It's the doctor's order, even though Karen wants to get up and go into the salon. Yeah, they got to get Pam in some of these episodes, y'all know. Anyway, then we got Danny and Noah are having sex. I guess he isn't exciting enough for her or something, because she gets out of bed and calls Andy, and Andy was like, don't you have company? And who is he? And she says someone she picked up at the airport. Then she tells Andy that, he has the world's smallest penis. I said, ooh. And Andy told her to call Preston and stop bringing home strays so she could be missing out. She told her she could be missing out on love, the love of her life if she called him. But Danny is like, how am I taking advice from someone who's with Gary? I said, oh, low blow. Okay, low blow. And Andy said he's on his way over now anyway, and added to go call Preston as she hung up. Then Gary shows up to the penthouse buzzed and horny, then tosses his suit jacket down on Andy's laptop. So dumb. Because he was tipsy. So Andy asked him what happened with him not wanting to be intimate with her and, to now wanting to be intimate. And he said that he was being stupid back then and dumb, and he's got over it. And Andy sent him into the bathroom to take a shower, and she moves his jacket and sees a document sticking out of stuck in the inside pocket of his jacket. So I'm like, girl, you should have just threw his coat to the side. But no, nosy Andy opens that thing up and reads it, and is surprised by what she reads. And then we go back to Danny, and I think this was it. Danny goes back to Noah in her bed. She told him she can't do it. It's not you, it's me. So he got mad and said, you biatches are all the same. And she said, did you call me a biatch? And he's like, yeah. And she said, he said, you got me all hot and bothered. And now you saying no. So Danny's trying to keep herself calm and her composure, and she asked him, can she just explain what is going on? So I don't know if he said no. I never heard him say no. But then she just was like, you know what? She don't know what? And she let her mouth go and started insulting him about his little penis. And she went way too far. She went in on him for about 90 seconds. And then he walked over to her and she said, get the F out of my apartment. And he back smacked her into tomorrow onto her bed. And I ain't gonna lie, I saw this coming. I saw it coming. Danny doesn't know sometimes when to roll it back. You don't know this man for Adam from nobody. And he's drunk too, and you just gonna go off on him. He was getting dressed and leave and let him leave. And you know who's like that sometimes? Maurice. Sometimes they go too far. Maurice got stink with Q, and then he pulled out that damn gun. Y'all got to watch how you running your mouth sometimes. But let me tell you, as a domestic violence survivor, y'all have to be careful. I knew my attacker. I knew him personally. But you have to be careful. You can't be trusting everybody. So I thought this was a pretty good episode. I hope you guys liked it too. Y'all let me know down in the comments section what you thought about it. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please take a moment now. Hit the subscribe button. Then hit the notification button and select all. And it'll let you know every time I upload a new video. Then I ask that you hit the thumbs up or the like button, write a comment, and share. This your girl Barbie J saying see you in the next video. Peace.